Peace. This is the Open Mindedness video series, episode 5. The last few days we've been putting together a lot of things, been getting some good feedback, some positive feedback. People saying that they better understand what it is we believe and what we do, and why we do what we do. So let's get straight into it. Again, I'm just hitting major points. There's so much to share in regards to these topics, but I'm just going to hit some major key points. Today I want to talk about the role of women in Islam. Now, this is one of the most misunderstood things in regards to Islam, because the enemy, they only show little nooks and crannies of people who have oppression of their women, and then they make that the big picture of what Islam is all about. But that's straight garbage, and we're going to decode that right now. So, first things first, as a student of the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, one of the things that he teaches us is that when Allah self-created himself, the Supreme Being came into existence. At that time, there was no one to record time because he was the only thing in existence. The first thing that he brought forth from himself was that he looked inside of himself and saw a second self. And that second self is what we call woman. Now, when we're talking about women, that means that she is the measure of the time and what it took for God to bring forth the rest of creation. That's how important she is. So in the Nation of Islam, we don't believe in that 5 paces behind me, 10 paces behind me, chain you to the stove, barefoot, pregnant. All that's garbage. Don't believe it. It's straight hogwash. What we do is, first of all, if you ever seen a Muslim follower of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, when they're out in public with their women, and even in private, first of all, you'll see us getting car doors for our women. You will see us getting doors into the stores or into the house or whatever the case is. When she comes home with bags, we try our best, if possible, to go get those bags out of the car for her, bring them into the house. So first of all, it's definitely understanding of roles, because as a man, we don't want to put any unnecessary hardship or labor on our wives. But then secondly, we're also being showing her what a true man acts like. Now, this is an example that can not just be used for us, but it's an example that can be used for the entire world, because Muslim, Christian, Jew, whatever society, whatever country, the level and the respect for women that each country has is something that could be worked on. In America, which is the land of the free, home of the brave, all the other garbage, right? Even in this country, the way that women are treated is irresponsible and negligent. So as Muslim followers, we actually set the standard and the example for what men and how men should behave when they're around their women. In the Nation of Islam, we believe that a man should be in a certain condition before he even goes after a woman. That's how much we respect a woman. We don't want to put her through any unnecessary stress, tension, bad relationships. All of that is a symptom. All of that rather leads to the conditions that we see around us today. So that's the first thing. Second thing, the woman is responsible for bringing new life into the world. Immortality, eternal life, all of these things are achieved through a man planting his seed in a woman that's not only fertile, but intelligent and has wisdom that can be used to bring forth his life and make it better than the life that already existed in that man. So in the Nation of Islam, we use the phrase. We say that if you teach a man, you teach an individual. If you teach a woman, you teach a nation. Why is that? As men, we're always going to be hustling and bustling. We're always going to be trying to make ends meet, pay these bills, work here, run over here. We're always going to be occupied and busy. And in the meantime, in between time, we can find some time to share with our wife, our family, our children, etc. But the majority or the bulk of the teaching that children receive is from the woman. So if you have an ignorant woman, or you have one of those gossiping drama type women, then that's going to be directly duplicated in the seed that she produces for you. So we're very cautious about how we interact with our women and what type of women we choose when we're trying to produce ourselves and project ourselves into the future. Okay, so the woman is very important. We understand the vital principles and the overall importance that a woman has in society. So we respect women in the utmost regard. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this. He said, "A nation can rise no higher than its woman." So when you're trying to judge whether a nation is proper or if they're highly civilized, you don't look at the man, you don't look at the boys. You look at the women in that community and you look at how they're treated, how they're responded to, how they're acted against. Are there injustices? Is there equality? Is there fairness? All of these things are signs to show whether or not society is civilized. So it's not measured by a man, it's measured by a woman. Is the woman respected? Is she protected? Is she allowed to go out in the street at all times of the night? Or is she allowed to dress however she wants to dress? Or is there a certain level of respect where the men in that community will make her respect herself? Because any man that goes after a woman based off of looks, based off of how voluptuous she is, then you're already setting yourself up for failure because you're entering a relationship in the wrong, for the wrong reasons. So women are very important. Thirdly, women are important, period, but also in the Nation of Islam we are trained because she's also your doctor. If you look at the condition of the world, there's so much sickness, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, all of these things that are affecting and plaguing our community. But this all can be resolved with the proper treatment of your woman. If you mistreat your woman, when she gets inside of that kitchen and she's putting together your dinner or that meal for the day, she's infusing hatred, bitterness, remorse, frustration. She's putting all of that energy, all of that that spirit, that energy into what she's making for you. So another reason that we respect our women is because we know it has direct effect on our health as men. So when she's in the kitchen and she knows that she's loved, she knows that she's taken care of, she's supplied for, anything that she needs, she has, anything that she wants, of course we're not going to give her everything, but most of her wants are satisfied. Then when she's making that meal, that cabbage and salmon and rice and whatnot, and it's infused with the love of a man who's supplying her needs, you receive that, and the digestion of the human body is actually more pure, and it's easier to digest the food because it's made and infused with the spirit and the love of that woman who's taken care of. So she's your doctor, she's your nurse, she's your caretaker of your children. She's in this world nowadays, we know that sometimes women got to even work. So to ask the woman to go to work and then come home and still share the majority of the responsibilities as far as house is concerned, you know, the woman has to be very respected and protected because we understand in this condition, in Satan's world, we can't give her that freedom to just be with the children all day, to homeschool them, to take them here and take them there. She has to work sometimes as well because, you know, with this society and white supremacy at an all-time high, the black man has many obstacles in his path to properly provide for his wife and children unless he knows how to navigate that system. So in most relationships, you have a working man and a working woman, and then y'all come home and y'all try to share some of the responsibilities, but again, she's going to get the brunt of that because she's the woman. Not because of racism, or not racism, but not because of sexism or anything like that, but it's just a reality. Men are going to try their best to assist and aid, but it's in the nature of a woman to know how to balance out the schedules, to know how to cook, but at the same time, help the children with their homework. A man, we get frustrated immediately. You know, we might get a good hour or two, but after them 2 hours gone, it's like, okay, I need my wife to come back immediately or else I'm about to shoot up everybody in this house. So the frustration sets in. It's in the nature of a woman to know how to navigate. Now, there's times when she gets frustrated as well, but because we understand that such an important role that she plays, when we grab that hand and we walk through the mall with her or through the store with her, we side by side. Because just the same way that it takes a man to create and bring something into fruition, it takes that woman to duplicate it, to support him, to inspire him, to go out and motivate and fight the beast and fight this world and fight the system of things to overcome all of that. So her role is so important. Every man that you appreciate, every man that you applaud for his courageousness, what he's doing in life, the progressive movements that he has, every man, whether you know it or not, secretly has a powerful woman behind him. We can take all of the greats. Look at the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He would not be the man that he is today if it wasn't for Khadijah Farrakhan, his wife. All right? Look at the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. He would not be the man that he was today if it wasn't for Clara Muhammad. Look at Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela, when you really get into his history, Winnie Mandela held the fort down for a hot second, and she was doing an excellent job. Very good job. For those who appreciate the things that I do, the little moves that I'm making, I have a powerful woman behind me, Sister Zoraida. So, you know, all of these things are direct reflections of the support and the inspiration that our women serve for us. So in the Nation of Islam, the role of women is very important because they make our lives successful. All right, without them, we would be failures because we wouldn't know how to manage everything. For example, for those who don't know, I teach martial arts, I teach chess, I have my own business. I'm still also working full time. I'm also in the student ministry of the Nation of Islam, so I'm a minister and I conduct meetings and teach in these classes and do all these other things. So with that type of workload and the responsibilities that I have, I could not make that possible if I didn't have the confidence in the ability of my wife to manage the books of my business, to manage my children and make sure that their homework and their schooling is getting done. Of course, I find my times to help out, but because I understand the role of women is so key and so important, you know, I have to treat my wife a certain way. Now, all of us can do better. There's times where we're going to fail in certain regards. But for the most part, I appreciate her because I understand that my life would not be as successful if I didn't have her support by my side. So the Islam about mistreating women, and forget all of that. That's garbage. Don't believe it. It's throw it away. Throw it out the garbage pail. Look at how Muslim men treat their women. Are they getting doors for them? Yes. Are they getting bags for them? Yes. Are they helping around with household duties as much as they can? As much as time allows? Yes. Are they tucking their woman and protecting her? Because whenever you allow your woman to go first, and she's the brunt of everything, and she has to take care of the check, and she got to step forward and do everything, you're losing your respect as a man, but you're also putting too much responsibility on the female. So there has to be a balance, and we can get into this at another episode about the role of man. But I just wanted to, first of all, bust up that misconception about women in Islam. We respect women wholeheartedly. Our brothers, some brothers over in the East who call themselves Muslims and who said they practice Islam, there's definitely room for improvement. So let me not paint a picture as if it doesn't exist. Every religion, every society, every culture has something to work on. But as Muslim followers in the nation of Islam, we respect our women 100%. And anybody who's ever taken the time to watch us, that's why Bill Cosby put out that New York Times piece that's, I believe, might be the source of some of the reasons of why he's getting attacked right now in the media with all of these allegations and stories, because he said that the black Muslims know how to treat their women, know how to raise their children, and have a culture about them that produces greatness and gets rid of a lot of drama and mischief. So if he can see that, and he's a Christian, not a Muslim, but if he can see that, evidently he's had some encounters where he knows that the FOI, the fruit of Islam, the men who belong to Islam in North America, followers of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we know how to treat and respect our women. So all you single sisters out there, y'all know where to go. Peace.